innit? But yeah, might as well get intro, innit?
Go on, son. I'm not even writing all day for this. Go on, Dean. Don't do that.
Hello and welcome to Awon Boyz Podcast, episode 22. We still in this mofo. Here with your host Junior.
Your boy Akin.
Your man, E-Man.
And just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's still listening, still engaging, still taking us in. Thank you ever so much. We appreciate it.
He's bare cute, innit?
That's a bit, man.
Oh.
When he decides to be, you know, I deep y'all. This been back here, like Junior actually texts his listener every week.
Yeah, bro.
Cute, man.
Thanks. Yeah, because I appreciate him. Do you guys want to appreciate him?
Yeah, we appreciate him.
Don't do that.
It sounds like
This guy, like, he might be cute, but he likes throwing us under the bus. Alright.
No, Junior loves to be so righteous, so holy, without sin, blameless.
Well, get on to those guys. They all messed up.
that's what they think. Anyway, the real win at the end of the day.
Okay. Also fake?
I don't know, bro. The real win at the end of the day. The cleaner-hearted win. I hope we're all gonna win then.
Oh, so I mean, that's it.
I said I hope.
David said we have purple hats. No, Junior isn't. We have dirty hats.
No, I said I hope we will win.
Boy,
But I can't do the race for you.
I don't know if my heart clean right now because I don't feel like I'm winning. Bro, honestly, God, I know we need the end, but gosh, it's tough.
But life still goes on.
Right now, life is Mike Tyson and me, boy.
Israel decided.
Oh God.
Beat that Brazilian boy up.
No, even that one. That little man.
Wait, did you watch that? Wait, did you pay though?
Oh no, you see.
Okay. I was watching on someone's Twitch or something.
You see, man.
Oh, that was the funniest.
From time in the press conference.
Hey, what you pushed me? No. I've never seen someone fly that far before, you know. I've seen people get pushed in build-ups to fights and that, but they don't go flying.
He fell. He pushed him.
Wait, you went flying?
No, you know it was more than, it was a couple times where he's pushed him and the guy...
Swear.
Boy, nah.
And then the guy, he flew from front just to get his ass beaten. After getting pushed like four times.
Bro. Like, and he was meant to be the fighter, like, that was Little Man's first fight. But first fight, and you're pushing
Not gonna lie though, the way Little Man is, he kind of has got, he might have a nasty arm.
You know where he's from? It's from that dirty club, you know what I mean?
Oh!
Yeah, it's from Coventry.
Your city.
What?
It's your city too, bro.
Oh yeah, no, man.
Why does Gina love
Shout out, Club fam. CV1, CV2, you know where I be.
Don't be repping them postcodes, bro.
Wait, I'm not repping them, bro, but that's my town, fam. That's what gave me my degree, fam. CV2, brack. We outside. But anyway, how's your week been, guys? How's your week been?
It's been alright, man. It's been alright. There's a lot of mileage as usual.
Yeah, man. You know, thank God I'm alive. That's a bigger testimony than y'all think right now, but you know. Yeah. Hasn't been the most spectacular weeks, but I'm here still, so you know. Yeah.
Well, just seeing your face is spectacular, Akin.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cheese things.
Just the words of affirmation.
Get over this guy. Child, at least he knows. At least he knows.
Man, don't worry, I listen to you, bro.
Alright.
I listen to you.
Alright.
I don't want to say it. What?
And my week was fine. Thank you for asking anyway.
It's not my business. Nah, you started off the question.
But yeah, so as I was saying, no, my week's been alright. I didn't win the house giveaway, but you know, we still moved.
Oh yeah. Oh god. I just said the good let me know my people we.
But how much do you actually feel like it's randomly generated, or
it is randomly generated?
No, because like obviously depending on how much you put in, it could compound it. So say you put in like £20 now, you have only a £20 chance of.
Well, that's kind of how probably.
No,
it works.
I think
The more you buy, the higher your chance.
Bro, there's 250,000 tickets.
So my question is how much do you actually feel like? Do you have to buy up like?
Bro, it's just whatever.
Bro, it's literally some man. It's very unlikely, but someone could buy one ticket and win. It's very unlikely, but anyone can. And that's a shame because I know people. There's some people I know it. The way their life works, they would have bought a ticket. Maybe they bought a couple. They might have bought just a batch of 10 at maybe 10 minutes before the deadline and won. There's people in this life where I know like they're like that. Me on the other hand, I would have been buying 10 or something every day for like the week or up to the deadline and did not win. But it's cool.
I mean, it ain't, but it ain't. So it's cool.
You know, God gives the toughest battles for the strongest soldiers. That's what I'm gonna tell myself.
What's it called? I think how much did I think I spent 30. I can't lie, yeah. I spent bro, £30.
What is that? Unbelievable.
£30. It didn't even get drawn, fam. He said 102. I looked at that. None of mine was 102, so I didn't win. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still debating whether to call my bank and say it was fraud.
Goodness.
Oh, brother.
Oh, gosh.
And like somebody has funded my account for tramway pass.
Wait, did you buy more? Because when I asked you, I think you said that you bought like £10 or so.
Yeah, and then I bought. No, but then they were doing a half. See, that's how they get you. No, these people are wicked. You know, now deeply, yeah. I think I might have been a sucker. Because I bought the £10. I said, okay, cool. Then I got an email saying half price in it, so if you buy 20, you pay 10 or something like that. Something like that. Because 10 tickets were £20 before, so it was £2 a ticket. So they're basically doing £1 a ticket now. So obviously I was just like, You know, I might as well just put another 10 or whatever, get like 30 tickets. You know, it's only £10. If I win the house, I spent £20 on the house. And then obviously I went and bought it like the sucker I am. And me, I'm still here, houseless at the moment.
I said houseless. This is
don't worry, God is on the throne. Bro, I was really thinking what I was doing. Like, I was like,
you know, Jesus like, I get you. He's like, I'm gonna put that painting there, right there, and then I wanna get a nice desk, just there. In the battery, put on into something where I can wash my mouth.
I was just thinking, am I really gonna, will I be smart and like rent this place out, or will I go and live there? I said, no, forget it, I'll go and live there. I said, no mortgage. I said, no, let me just live there. I can't be at home anymore, let me live there. In Surrey, I think in Surrey,
Yeah.
I was ready. I was ready to be like, yeah, so I'll just be staying here. The man them could come,
We're doing the trips, the weekend trips to go.
Did you not just hear what he said? He said the man them will come.
Yeah, the man them could come here. Is it on my crib?
Sorry, it's fine.
Sorry, is it?
It's not that far.
Not that far.
I thought, sorry.
Bro, at the end of the day, it's a free crib, bro. You understand? Wait, which mom,
I like my mom. Don't say that too much. Stop staring.
You understand which mom too? Come on, man. Bachelor life, apartment settings.
That's a bachelor life. Well,
apartment settings.
It's not an apartment setting. That's house.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's an apartment, I think. It's like a 3-bed flat or something. 3-bed apartment. New build though.
Boy,
I'm not a fan of new builds,
Bro, mortgage free. I said.
No. I heard that, but as in for like your first house though, would you want to live in an apartment or would you want?
No, I'll just take a house straight away.
Really, that's what I'm saying. I want a garden, bro.
yeah,
I actually
nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Barbecue. Hey.
I think I'd actually want that proper house.
Yeah.
I'm screaming. But yeah, so that was my thing. But yeah, after all of these giveaways, when I don't win yet, like I saw there was one city hair one I sent off. There was one these holidays, these money. I didn't enter the money way one or Pretty Little Thing. But every time I don't win, I just unfollow the page, man. Bond them. Pagans.
Not gonna lie,
I just want to win one thing, just one small thing.
Nah, you know what's funny,
Every brand
daily.
They've been getting exposure though.
The giveaways
flying,
booming right now. Like,
flying.
maybe we should do one, guys.
Are you gonna bring?
Yeah,
up
you're gonna sponsor the goods.
what are you gonna do? You're gonna sponsor the
Hey,
goods.
listen, we've got. Honestly, right? And he's not me. I just don't mind it.
Do you want to give him a free dinner, and then she sees as you know the owner.
No, listen, yeah. I was good. Yeah, well, bro.
£50 gift card.
It's cool, I will do that, but Junior will buy you guys for Hackersack because, you know, he's what I created with there.
Whatever, man. What's happening, man?
Niche, man.
Bob, Akin's got shit.
Okay. Anyway, Junior will get you guys a Selfridge voucher. You know,
It's true.
I don't know what that means.
That's what he'll give y'all. Gucci snake.
Yeah, don't worry. No.
I've never seen the snake.
The thing is, why should you go to the shop and my card with the client?
That's because he would have transferred the money to his real account. But it's cool.
I got my chickens and my savings. It takes 3 days for chicken savings.
So, you know, if you come back here in 3 days, maybe, and then plus an extra 5.
Yeah, no, maybe sometime in the future though. Maybe not right now though. But yeah, sometime in the future.
How about, bro, like, daily, I know you man be getting, I know you got a babes in it, so I know you're getting them daily ads and the comments.
No, I don't really get it, to be honest. I try Abby to enter most of them. But it's Janet and Tyra and them man. Yes, I'm saying who it is because them man constantly constantly There was even one time, yeah, like I even put in the GC, I was like, I said, you man, allow the entries, like, oh god. Like, you're killing me.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So.
Reals, it's true.
Big up them for their efforts though. Coming like Kante and Milner in the same. Work rate on 100. No, it's the giveaway thing though is tight though, because a friend of ours is as well. But she said she ended the giveaway. There was just 4 people, and she still didn't win. Oh gosh!
Alright, my chest is.
Listen, I don't know.
I ain't gonna give away 4 people.
Bro, listen, I was like, that was just say, listen, I know it's not.
I can't lie, yeah. If I was the person that was doing the giveaway, I'd cancel it though. 4 man can't enter like that, bro.
Don't matter, innit? You already bought the stuff in it, so.
Okay.
So you might as well, innit? Yeah, but damn, bro. You think 25% chance is high. Like, and then you don't get it 1 out of 4. Man, I'll just say, yeah, clearly this stuff ain't for me. That would have been my sign to give up. Like,
God, I thought you left.
That would be my sign that this giveaway too.
I'm not gonna lie. If we do a giveaway, it's you have to quote your favorite line out of the pod. So I need to know that you're an actual avid listener. You're not just one that just enters and then follows after you.
They can't end like, I ain't listen to an episode. But even then, they can listen to a couple episodes. They can just take a line.
Get the stats up, bro.
Screaming. And then after that, I ain't listen to another episode again.
Bro, just get the stats up. But it can't be the intro. It can't be.
Oh no, to be fair, I've seen that though. I think one podcast must have done. What was said on such and such.
Oh yeah.
Episode. For the I was like,
beats me.
Y'all talk for an hour.
One time people just wait. If it was me, I'd just look in the comments to see what everyone says.
What she said. What he said.
Or maybe say they should DM.
Well, you just go listen to the episode, fast forward to the middle of the episode, just take a line from there. I'm like, got him.
Yeah. But then I'd even have to weigh the validity if it's a proper something that you'd enjoy listening to.
Sorry, liar.
But anyway.
Real someone said DVD.
No, because it's like I don't want him to come and say some basic ass line. I want him to say something they know.
Listening to the intro doesn't count.
Reals. But yeah, man.
That doesn't count. Well, I could though.
What?
No, or they'll come and say what? Nobody's good. Nobody perfect.
Nobody perfect.
Always learning.
I can't just get better at one time.
I
I knew it was coming.
I had to step up. But yeah, with that being said, we might as well dive into it. Bro, he is late, bruv. He is late. So what you going to talk about, AK, seeing as you're the one that had the topic, mate?
Oh, you trying to get it? Alright, no, basically just, you lot see that video, yeah?
Which video now?
Well, I don't know. How about you let me talk about it first?
Hey, wait. Did you see Salt Bay with his phone up?
I didn't even
Oh, yeah. I was saying it was recording this
The Salt Bay was like, bro, you know what? Continue, bro.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, you see the video, you know, some girls, well, a girl specifically, you know, she twerking and all that for Salt Bay, Mr. You know,
Sprinkle it.
Yeah, obviously, so but he was enjoying himself, you know. But then there's a guy banging on the restaurant window, they open the door and he runs in, and then the girl just runs off with it and everything.
Well, the girl looks a bit like scared, and then
runs off, and it cool. Obviously, me, I had seen the video once or twice. I was just thinking, I don't know what happened, but maybe he's just coming and chased his goal or something.
Yeah.
Then apparently, I was speaking to my sister, and she's like, another video came. Apparently, bad people he was getting backlash, or people were talking about the video like, he was moving mad, or he was mad angry at her, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Then it turns out he wasn't even chasing her.
But he was moving mad.
Yeah, no, he was moving mad.
Just to say,
he was moving mad. But I'm just talking about,
you guys aren't gonna say
I don't
anything.
need to. We know he was moving mad. That's the whole point. Why people were saying he was moving mad. But like, so he's running. Apparently apparently he's now run to someone else, and she said she just ran because I'm black. She's like, I just ran. I don't know.
I was scared.
And I was like, listen, black people, when someone's chasing you, just run.
I don't know why I'm running. Just run.
Honestly, like,
so.
Nah, I can't say it. That's a bit political, isn't it?
But I don't know what you're saying.
No,
don't say it. Just don't say
it. But yeah, no. This is just about how like perception, innit? Perception isn't reality. How sometimes, imagine just from that clip, the first clip, people were assuming the whole scenario, the whole situation. But when more information has been released, now we realize that everything isn't what it seemed. So yeah, because even I saw one thing like I think was it Made You Think posted or something, and then someone was basically talking about how they found out that some of the IG girls in LA or something, they would rent out like a set or something where so they would be snapping as if they were on private jets. Wow. They just pay to go on a set. Wow. So it's like me going on a set, and it's got a house. You see like how Tyler Perry's got the whole studio set thing. It's like me going, I'm snapping like I'm at a nice crib. When really actually, I'm just at a nice crib on Tyler Perry's set. They've gone to a set where there's a private jet, obviously it's not private, it's a set, and they're snapping pics and everything, and it's like, damn. And they're basically saying, and the person was just like, it's crazy because now, like, it made her realize that, like, not everything can be, like, a facade, like the clothes, the lifestyle, like every cars, but anything that can be rented or can be fake or could be borrowed or you could like literally. And I was like, it's true, like. So there's probably someone out there who was preying one of these girls' Insta the night before going, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough or something, and then you find out that like, it's not what it is, isn't it?
The man that may be even scared to approach her in the DM and say,
I'm screaming.
I can't.
But it's just crazy because it's kind of like, obviously, like, image is like a business now, isn't it? Like, so yeah, but like literally perception, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a picture. I think there was one girl took a picture. On the set, innit? And then she put in the caption like taking off, innit?
Yeah.
And then it got exposed that. It got exposed that it was the set, innit?
Yeah.
That she went to edit. Bro, I don't know. Someone just put on the.
People get paid for it.
I think some people they love it. Like, they love being the one against.
It was funny though.
Yeah.
But then obviously after it got exposed, she edited the caption on Insta, so it says edited, and then it says, taken on the set, by the way.
Disclaimer, don't come at don't be sweet.
Wait. She made, whoever exposed her is wicked. Man Man said she had to edit the thing and say, take it on a set, by the way. Oh, God.
I was screwed.
That is pain, fam.
That's actually painful, man.
But at the end of the day, let me leave it. I'm gonna say, real and true, if they want to stop, leave them to, innit? But I guess if you're making a perception that you actually think, then yeah. Because I was gonna say, real and true, I've just posted a picture. I'm not saying that I'm film, but she's actually said taking off in it. So.
Yeah, but
so yeah, because it's kind of like
she a capper.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like I think I've been seeing
so many lies.
I've been seeing girls talking about girls who are girls who get surgery, but then they're actresses. They just went gym and they've done or they're selling certain like Slim T products.
So welcome to my keto journey. Like,
which is like
for like 2 years.
I was not wrong. It's like it's kind of like if I've done surgery, but then I haven't like you can disclose that you've got it, which is calm. Then cool. But if I've got surgery,
what'd you say? What'd you say? Say that again.
Wait, what?
Like what's it called? Keto journey. Yeah, keep going, guys. Brother, my head is bare itchy.
What's going on?
Continue, guys.
No, but yeah, like imagine that they're now saying the gym routine. Like we go to the same gym. I ain't seen you this week, homie.
You don't look familiar, right? You ain't from Brian.
You signed up to my classes. I ain't see you. Yeah, so I think that's kind of mad as well. Like imagine I get imagine now I go and get. I don't know. I go and get abs implanted. I'm like, yeah, guys, this is my routine.
I can't lie. I'd stunt.
I'll be part of the guys exposing you.
If I got after the
bro, I'll be in the comments. I said, don't lie. He was eating something yesterday. He's a fraud.
Hey, if it was me, but I'd be taking pictures on Insta.
We have men in our personal trainers. They expose your ass, man. They're like, that nigga ain't been in the gym since March.
Whoa. But you ain't lying, though.
I was just saying that loud.
Yeah, that's fine, Dorian. I still gotta do the race, run the 90 minutes weekly, bro. Football, bro. Man, still keeping it fit.
Did you what's it called? Did you freeze your gym account?
No, I still pay. Because I know one day I'm gonna be back.
Right. But by the grace of God.
But not today.
When was the last time you went gym?
I went gym like last week.
Of course. How about you?
Don't worry about me, bro.
No, what about you?
I went to the gym. I've been going to the gym like that.
Well, I said, when did you last go?
Don't worry about me.
Speak, bro, because you're explaining.
Don't worry about me.
No. Just say.
I can't get on to you.
Yes.
Why can't I get on to you? Go to the gym. No, but I'm asking, when was the last time, though?
This month.
This month? Alright, cool. When the 29th, when did you last go? Did you not know?
This month. I don't know the last exact date.
Whatever, man.
I'm chilling.
Have
you been in the gym this month?
You ain't even in the conversation.
You ain't with us shooting in the gym?
Why you
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Is that I'm shouting out people there? Alright, cool. Say no more. Saturday. No, bro. Saturday. Come to my football show. Let's see who can be running around being fit. Let's see if you can last the 90 minutes with your head top. Both of y'all.
I'm not gonna lie. Did you not last 90 minutes?
When?
Oh,
5-a-side.
Yeah.
And even then one guy was
that was 5-a-side.
But okay, it's like
injury's different, so
who's
whatever.
talking about injury?
Okay, what was you gonna say? Exactly.
Bro,
yeah.
I was gonna say,
bro, it's calm, bro.
Man were complaining after a couple minutes, bro.
Couple minutes.
Bro,
okay,
a couple minutes could mean anything, though.
No, it couldn't.
Don't worry, man.
A couple minutes, but
a couple minutes is like 2 minutes.
As I said,
don't mind. Man, the last cat.
As I said,
leave it a bit hazy with the facts and that, but it's calm.
As I said,
it's calm.
As I said, Saturday.
Listen, best way to settle it, let's go, because we're talking about gym, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I don't want to talk about football.
Bro, you man are talking about
bro, man's been going football and it's all about football. Let's come to the gym, bro. Let's come to the gym. I want to see what's going on in there. Actually, we'll come to the gym. You tell them.
I'm confused. What will happen if
I don't know. We could ask one of our good friends to put us through paces and we'll see who handles the work.
You tell them, man.
I don't know.
We don't do that. No. We do that. You put money down.
Bro.
Why would you want to make money?
I'm not a gambling man.
My God, really? I
gamble.
No, but you guys are shit.
If I had the money, had no money. I'll even give it to you right now and tell you run it back. Just so I can tell you, run me that money back.
That was just saying the microphone.
Sorry. Run it back. Give me my money.
Is that why you're shouting?
I'm not, yeah.
At this time in the evening, that's why you're shouting.
Yeah. It's cool though, man. It's cool.
I know, but that's an idea though. Like we should like set up like one type of like assault course, like Tough Mudder.
Yeah. Now that's what happened to my brother. That happened to my
bro went on a
my guy. I see him.
I've been listening, bro. Our guy went and taught. Nah, bro. You got to DI, man.
You got to do Tough Mudder?
No, I'm aware, bro.
Not right now. I'm about to get an injury on that right now. I'm in shape.
You do that, buddy.
Let me get back into my groove then. Yeah, probably. What's something like that?
It'll be really good, fam.
You know what'll be fun? You know them Total Wipeout. Imagine going on Total Wipeout.
Not even Total Wipeout.
So funny.
Takeshi's Castle, man.
Yeah,
Do
Total
you mind
Wipeout.
think you can even last on that though?
Total Wipeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think any.
Get back in shape. Yeah.
No, but bro, it's not even just about it. It's about balance. Even
The
though-
only real problem
even
will be
though
the bouncing
the
cost.
bounce-
That one,
no, but
no
even,
one
alright,
really ever
no,
passed
but wait, the bouncing balls. So you know when them 3 balls were on, and then there's the water down below, and you have to jump on each ball.
Yeah, that's what.
No, weapon, fall off. That's someone against me.
No, but that's total wipeout though.
Yeah, no, that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
man.
That's the only one that
Oh, is that
almost everybody had a problem with that. No, I'm talking about the bouncing ball.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
But then the thing is, you'll be walking up or something, then you just get a punch.
Fam, that's what.
But you don't have to pass it.
You have to
Go there, you didn't pass it.
go there quoting scriptures, cuz, bro.
Oh, what's the- what- wait. What's the mad one though? There's a mad show where it's like you get let down like one big slide and then I forgot what it's called. But there's something on Netflix as well though. That's really good still. One game show like Total
Fam,
Wipeout.
there's a few. There's
The
a
one with
few.
the rock on the side. There's
Bro,
one like the rock
Titans.
on these Titans or something.
Yeah, I know there's Titans. Fam, they've even got like some cartoons that will release assault courses. Like, there are different shows on that. Netflix now, bro.
That stuff would be fun though, man. But boy, I think it'll be something to. It would be like a bucket list thing, something to tick off that you've done. Like, would you not, for example, would you not do? I don't know if I'd do bungee jumping because after I saw one.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do bungee jumping. But
boring.
Chill. I do skydiving, bro.
Yeah, man.
I do skydiving, but I don't bungee jumping. I don't. After I saw, nah. There's too much outside of me to trust in for me to allow myself to do bungee jumping. Cause
Ultimate Beastmaster, that's it.
who?
I really thought you said something else.
I can't lie, yeah. Even is like that is a sick game show.
What is it called?
Ultimate Beastmaster, in this intense obstacle course series, elite athletes from the US and other countries cash prize. Like, it's in there. They're actually
That was the key word.
They let you know. This one don't be for novices.
Oh, there's Titan. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna watch that when I go home.
That's an elite.
They basically said this one don't be for small boys. And they said elite.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not small shops, so this is not small shops.
I'm stick to the gym.
I'm gonna keep working right now.
Yeah.
But no, skydiving. I think I'll do skydiving.
Yeah, no, that's a shot.
Only thing with the skydiving thing is I'm just worried that I feel like my heart might just pause halfway in the air. Because
You better restart it real quick, cuz.
imagine though.
Where skydiving? I'll think about that though.
Fam, you can start
I
from
would,
indoor.
I would love to do it and get out of the way.
I'd like to do it. I'd like to do it in Dubai.
Oh, you could do the
Dubai ones.
over the palm.
The Dubai one looks sick still. That one is.
But
I still want to go scuba diving as well.
At least that one's in the water though. Like,
Yeah, but yeah. Wait, what is that? What?
fam, I'd rather be in the water where I can swim than just drop from the air.
I don't know. You know because you know the ones.
why would you scuba diving? You now see a great
Yeah,
white
that's-
coming
that's-
towards you.
the thing
You can
is-
swim, but can you swim? You can't now swim a shark.
Fam, you play dead.
I will never ever. One place I'm never going swimming is in Australia. God forbid.
Not gonna find even that country just
all-
littered with different
Bro,
animals.
I saw one guy got mauled. By like a shark or something. I don't know. If y'all know there are sharks, why you might even enter in the woods like sharks? We're not talking about no whales or nothing. Sharks.
Because even I swear that they do that thing where they put you in the cage or something.
Even that.
But how tested is that cage?
The shark cages are proper tested still.
No, but how tested?
But then obviously,
I ain't gonna take that.
Because look at that, fam. You know them sharks here, they're smart. If they figure out a way to open that lock.
It's tested, like they won't get in. The only reason why it always gets smashed up is because they put like all of this stuff that sharks will come and try and get the fish inside or get the blood inside or whatever. So that's why it's always aggressive.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm paying for that kind of experience.
Yeah, no, I'll never do that.
Yeah. To see his tits in my eye.
I remember seeing one thing, you know those drive-through safaris, so you drive through. I think I saw one thing, I think it was either, was it a lion or a tiger? Obviously, somehow he's managed to open the door with his teeth. You just see the thing, and then the video stops. I said, "God, the tongue that will release from my body." Bro, I said, first of all, tiger, I said, this is the way I'm gonna go out? I said, nah, this is unfair. This is unfair. But have you seen the American one where I think they've just got the window one, I think they're feeding like a giraffe or something, like an anteater. And then he just, they're acting like sharks, everything in the car, and everybody just screaming, Bro,
black people.
The thing is that there's actually a lot of activities to do out there in the world that needs to get done. A lot of what I say dates, or maybe like family activities. Of course.
Bro, of course you said dates first.
Bro,
I'm not tired. Oh my gosh. Somebody's coming to the close, but you're now ready to transition to another season of dating.
You know, it's been cold outside. Not today though, but a couple of days it's been cold, fam. And this guy's still talking about dates.
It was a slip of the tongue.
No, it's not, man.
Are you getting ready for Valentine already?
Christmas. I must be giving gifts.
No Wonderland this year though. That's a shame.
Thank God. God is great. That place is a scam.
Biggest scam.
That is the biggest scam I've ever done.
Me that I've been even inside relationship that I've got there. Big scam.
When did you go?
I've been with my sister.
You know, that question was, who did you go?
I know. You can't guess me. You can't guess me.
Oh gosh.
You tried.
Before you might go one of your hinge mates this year, you know.
No. I said one of them.
Apparently there's like a cheaper version of with the one that like clapping, though. But I was like,
I'm staying my ass home. Bro, you know it's cold outside. Bro, this winter is going to be cold.
So because it's cold, you're not going to leave the house.
No, but bro, it's going to be cold.
I used to go and leave the house, man.
Yeah, you are.
I know.
But you can only see me wearing like, I don't see you, don't say me see 3-4 jeans. And even then, I'm always in tracksuits. I don't wear jeans.
Bro, you haven't worn jeans since lockdown.
Would they still fit you, homie? I chose violence.
Wait. The thing is, most definitely will.
Alright then, I'm just off the question.
That's what you're on, though.
No,
that's what you're on, though. It's calm. The thing is, like,
playing
it's calm.
for the pagans.
Lucky, in fact, though, speaking of, I was saying lucky I'm a Christian. In fact, though, 1 year today, my baptism, bro. You telling me? Baptism, bro.
Sister, brother.
Big up my guy Ken as well, fam. You know, and the rest of the man, them, and the rest of the people, them who, you know, they entered the water one way and came out in the other. You know, just give God all the glory.
Lovely. I just love it for you guys. I really do.
Anyway,
so happy.
You know, it's been an interesting year, but you know.
Do you want to give a little rundown on like how your year's been? I don't think we did, man.
He been crushing me.
Have you read the TGJ?
I've got it. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
So what? Yeah. I don't understand.
Did you do the plan for it?
I think I've done the plan. Yeah. To be fair, one plan I've done time ago as well. That was actually before I gave my life to Christ. Just before I gave my life to Christ. The paradox of Job's suffering. That was quite interesting as well. But it's easy. Everybody's sort of like, you know, sometimes you need to go through a process and that. But it's just like, It's not easy, innit? Sometimes you, when you're being crushed, you learn things about yourself that maybe you were ignorant to, and just it's not easy to grow, innit? Sometimes you gotta be crushed to grow. I think I listened to you, Jake, say one thing about it, and he was just talking about how, for example, at the end of the day, the crushing is for your own benefit, for you to last longer. If the grape is just left in its state, it will only last for a season, innit? It will go out. But when it's crushed and then it becomes a wine, it can last for hundreds of years. And I was like, damn.
1942.
Yeah, Rose, that's why people have wines in their cellars for like that. So 60 plus decades old, 100 years old. Some people have wine that's say 20th century or 9th. I think some people have wine from the 19th century, like maybe late 18th,
that must
19th.
Be expensive.
Yeah, bro. Some people collect wine and store it, so, but literally, and I just thought about it, it's true, because you can buy grapes. How long would they last before they go out? But if you crush it, you ferment them and they turn into wine, that comes up for time. So yeah, it's just thing. And sometimes as well, like persecution is, or just going through stuff is important, because if you don't build empathy, if you don't learn empathy, or you don't go through certain things, when there's gonna come a time you won't have empathy for other people, like education. I had some hard times on education. If I was someone who just never had any problems with education, how would you ever really be able to empathize with someone? I'd just be like, hey, you're struggling. But some people even go, why are you struggling?
Maybe
you're just not doing enough. So sometimes, it's important. But at the end of the day as well, I feel like I've learned good lessons. I've grown as a person as well. I've learned more about God, learned more about myself. I feel like I've become a better friend, hopefully a better person, and whatnot. So yeah, it's been a tough year, but it's been fulfilling, isn't it? That's what I'll say.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, man.
It's been a serious journey.
What about you, homie?
Junior, it's you. I didn't get baptized.
Talk to us, man.
I want to get the experience. You're looking at me.
Looking at me, bro.
I don't know the answer. Did I baptize for you?
I didn't hold your hand this year with the journey, man. Oh gosh.
Do I need my popcorn?
Gosh. My journey, it's been interesting. It's been alright. I'm still happy I've done it. But I should be happy I've done it anyway, to be honest. But it's been alright. What I've learned, as I've always said, that cool. So what I've learned basically is that mainly just that it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, as I've always said. I think that bit hit me the most.
I think that even from just conversations, that's something that you say constantly.
I kind of also realised that, as soon as you come out of the water, nothing that you were dealing with before just goes away. You still deal with the same stuff that, the same old BS that you deal with every day. You get better at tolerating what it is, or you can now apply better wisdom to whatever you go through, but it's still going to come and try and basketball you all the time. I also learned that you'll never be perfect at the end of the day when you, obviously as you are still dealing with the sins that you were dealing with before. So you might stumble, you might fall and backslide, but you've just got to remember to keep picking yourself up and keep going, while trying to overcome whatever you're going through is. But yeah, that's the main things I've learned. I feel like it's helped me become more, what's the word? Not present, but as in know the situations that I'm in more, and understand why I might be going through a certain season and what I'm trying to learn or be taught. It's also made me figure out that what I also need to work on as a man, as a son, as a friend, as a boyfriend. It's just given me loads of stuff that I know that I need to start fixing up on, so it can help me become a better kingdom man at the end of the day. But yeah, just that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, man. That's just the biggest one, because it's well, some people can get baptized and then 1 week later, God forbid, but something happens and they go to heaven, but you might be going through something where, it'll take you 60 years to overcome something, but that 60 years might be you going back and forth, battling with yourself. It's just not that, you're guaranteed a place in heaven at the end of the day, right? Well, not guaranteed, but like God will never take it away from you, innit? It's up to you, basically.
You gotta work it out.
Yeah, basically, you just gotta keep working at it.
Work it out.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
But you know, your life is in your hands. If you mess up, you mess up.
Your life is in his hands now, I guess, and that's where the comfort comes from, innit?
Yeah.
It's no longer in my hands, but in his.
Yeah. Now, but I think the main thing is now I'm not afraid to know where I'm going if, God forbid, something happens at the end of the day. Like, as long as I've, you know, on that day, I've asked for forgiveness for if I've done anything. I know that, you know, I'm guaranteed never shall. But yeah, no, it's just constantly working on your salvation at the end of the day. But yeah, that's about it, really.
That's interesting.
I was gonna ask Emmanuel, like, is there anything that you would say maybe you've noticed in us, whatever, like the past year or anything?
Nothing. You two are exactly the same. It's as if I should even ask the man to baptize you people because I have many questions.
Okay. Well, we got some questions for you.
I was gonna gun him down.
Not very baptism like Junior.
Whatever, man.
What's that even mean?
I don't even know.
Baptism.
I'd say living with Junior anyway.
This guy, bro.
Go on, bro.
I said obviously I lived with Junior for
2 years.
Three.
Damn.
The whole of uni followed me.
Right. Okay. Do you know what? Yeah. I feel like we always have conflicting ideas of how Junior's Christian walk was in uni, yeah. Because he's got this concept that he feels like he went to church.
No, but wait, I don't. Why do man keep saying this though, bro? But I did though.
Yeah.
Maybe
No, but I would describe it as sporadically.
Why was you watching me? No. Instead of watching me.
No, wait. You're asking me.
I didn't ask you.
No, you don't ask.
No one asked Eman about my Christian journey. No. I'm so confused. You're asking
to see the changes.
No, I can ask you for his changes. So
Ask about us.
Yeah.
Expect Atkins. Don't worry about me, nigga. I'm in it. No one's defensive.
You're a liar, Jack. It's all lies. It's all lies, Your Honor.
Let's open. No one's coming for you, man.
No one. I already know.
I'm just making.
You sound ready, like what?
I'm just making an observation, my guy. Calm down, cause calm down, relax, cause.
What's with the way you
Relax, big man. Yeah, stop. Relax, big man. Yeah.
Nah, you know you're serious, man.
Cool.
Oh gosh.
You know you're my family.
Speak, man.
You know what I mean? It's coming from a place of love. You get me?
Oh man.
Yeah?
Speak, bro.
Cool. So seeing that now, and knowing that Junior always had good intentions as well with him, I was just like, yeah, I'm guessing he'll figure it out, because even myself, he was going more than Junior per se. I was still figuring out a lot of stuff myself, so I wasn't watching his attendance at church, wherever.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So, when I learned that, I didn't even know that you guys started going gym, to be fair. Yeah, I didn't even know. So then, I saw did I come gym before you guys got baptized or so? I can't remember, but
Yeah, probably did.
like once or so. And I saw the way that Junior was engaged, like, bro, because obviously there'd been times that I'd gone, even growing up, me and Junior went to the same church, innit? Do you understand that? We were walkers, you get me?
By force. There was no trace.
They're like, congratulations, y'all got a job.
But so yeah, I had seen Junior in church, and I'd seen how it made him ever so slightly uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? But seeing him now, like after uni, in this new setting, in this new environment, I saw the way that he was thriving. This was like last year. Now, like I was seeing Junior outside of church, inside of church now. Like the Junior I knew, like he was himself in church.
Yeah.
Do you get like the same annoying, playful Junior? Like I was just like.
Continue.
And I was just like, bam, this is amazing to see. And then he got baptized, and then like the growth, like, bro, I think I've told you, man, like, fam, I was challenged, like, seeing someone who was not a fan of the whole setup of church, seeing someone who hadn't come from a household like mine where
it was PK.
you ain't got the skills now, but whatever. But and seeing them in such a state of deeper searching of the word, like Junior was like, he wasn't radical, but he was, you know, like every other sentence, it was just like, but God. And I was like, but damn.
What's it, but damn?
Damn, so you really love this Jesus guy, don't you? And like since then, I remember when there was like come towards the end of last year now, we were becoming a lot more accountable to each other. And I was just like, these men are actually serious. Because I'd be like, I think we came around once and spoke, and then I came again by myself, and then again by myself, and I was just like, no, you might get the problem. You got some problem. And it was just like, it was such an, for me, I was so elated. I was so happy to see Junior in that space. And then for Akin now, Akin's always been someone of deeper understanding and meaning and knowledge of everything. Like if you were to know Akin, and if you know the encyclopedia of sports in this man's head, like this man will be quoting facts I didn't even know existed of random things. You know how they say that you should know a little bit about everything. Akin knows a lot about everything. Do you understand? So, and I've also, again, we even for a period went to the same church as well.
Oh yeah.
So I've seen the way that Akin operates in church again. Even them times we were young, but it was still. We used to have a few mentors, and the way that we would relate was quite similar. Like we were very receptive of the teachings and whatnot. Obviously went to uni now, and Akin's not going to church. Like
The lifestyle guy.
Hey.
not even the lifestyle yet, but again, it was just sporadic, I guess. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I guess.
Was it women, bro?
Wait, what?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Cause I'm a basketball right back. What's up, fam?
You can only run them jokes over here. Like. Those are the only warranties. Don't do that. I'll be shot. I slander that one like that. But again, him coming back and hearing how he even found himself in church, and it's even so funny to hear him say, like before he used to say, a year ago I wouldn't even think about church or going to church, but now I can't think not being in his presence in church. And it was like such a swift change of mindset and character. Like he always says this thing of the old him is dead, like, and it's so evident that in his demeanor, he's still the same diligent Akin, but he's just diligent about God now. Do you get, like, it's people banter and call Akin Bishop, but it's because of the way he carries that word to such a high respect and such an intentionality. Is that correct?
I guess so.
But the way that he has such a respect for seeking this deeper meaning of the word is like, again, I'm beyond challenge now. Like, these are guys that I've grown up with, and I'm seeing them at their, like, I feel like they're not even in their prime yet, but they're really putting me to shame. Do you understand that? That point at which you guys decided to take your relationship with God that much seriously, I think it really changed things, like, spiritually, and it's evident in the physical. Like, no one can say that Akin or Junior are the same people anymore. They're exactly the same. Your face hasn't changed. You might have put a couple pounds. Like, you guys, it's fair to say that.
Cool.
Let's be real. Like, you're not looking bad here.
Let's get out of here, man.
But in terms of, like, who they are, it's just, you can tell that they've been in the presence of the Lord. Like, you can tell that they've actually actively seeking a relationship with God. And I think that's the key. It's not about them declaring, oh yeah, I go to church, I go to this church, this is what we do at church, and it's in their action on a day-to-day that has really transcended that perception of who you are. Like, no one, like, even all our friends from back in the day, they would probably say, oh yeah, if anything, Emmanuel is the one that will become pastor. Now, I'm so happy to call you guys the bishops of our days. Apostle Junior himself is sitting in the White House. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed and highly favored. Oh God. When you are leaving, just say pray for me, please, pastor.
Rest.
But yeah, that's what I see anyway.
That's nice.
Damn.
Thanks, man.
Some deep words, man.
All right for you, man.
Oh gosh.
But you see, going back to last week when we were talking about, like, giving reviews and whatnot, like, I feel like I'm heavy on it. Like, I think it's so important. Just, like, bro, growth sometimes you can't see. Like, when you go to the gym, and whatnot, and sometimes you'll take pics just for, like, history and whatnot, until someone says, mad, like, these results are insane. You might not deep it yourself. Sometimes you're in your head like, I'm not really seeing the results. But unless someone else appreciates the results on the outside, you will never really appreciate yourself. Sometimes that's how I think. Sometimes, like, you really need to be appreciated outside of yourself for you to see, like, the value of it. Now, I'm proud of you guys. Like, honestly, like, I'm seriously proud of you guys.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm still waiting to hear my daddy tell me you're proud.
What are you trying to do here now? Gosh.
But yeah, man. I felt like that was heavy. That
was kind of deep, man. But I appreciate it, though. What you said?
I appreciate it, bro. No, it's a good thing to hear at the end of the day. I just go, man. This thing is not easy. It's not easy.
What would you say is the hardest thing about your journey? You can be honest. You can turn your phone off too. Put it on silent.
I don't know. Okay, we go.
I feel like it's the first of all, actually submitting, you know, before you give your life, there's a perception of you that gives you the desires of your heart. So your desires change. I know. I feel like recently I always quote Rabbi Zacharias, isn't it? Yeah. He was a man of wisdom, and he spoke about how it's not about Jesus changing what we do, but changes what we want to do. And that's something I realized as well, like where my desires have changed, and just so that transformation process, having to just get used to surrendering and changing, and that renewing of your mind as well, because it's a lot of things that. Realizing that your desires and your thoughts, if it's not in line with His will, if it's not in line with the world, being ready to submit it. I can have an opinion on something and I can feel strongly about it. But if I come and realize that this is the Lord's will, this is how His word speaks on this matter, being humble enough to say, okay, just because I feel like it's my way, just because I feel like my way is right or is reasonable, doesn't mean that I should now exalt it over God's word. And that's just something you have to get used to. But I guess the one thing I'll say is obviously fellowship with like-minded believers, it helps. Another thing I'll say is important. Just it's easier said than done, but just making sure you don't depart from His presence. Because I've had times I have or haven't been in His presence as much, or I've slacked, and it's just kind of like praying, and don't make it so intense. Literally just pray, even if you're praying for 5 minutes. Before you know it, it will increase anyway. Spending time, just take time to just be still, be silent. It's not always just about, you have to go and pray, you have to worship. Sometimes just stillness and silence, spending that time in God's presence is very important. In His word as well, because it's His word that you read, it's His word that you meditate on. You see how much the Bible speaks about meditating on the word day and night, about how it says, how can a young man stay pure by obeying your commandments? Your word I have hidden in my heart that I might not sin against you. You need to spend time in that thing for it to get on the inside of you, because we change from the inside out. It's not an outside inward thing, and that's another thing you can get into sometimes. We try and do outside. Let me change my behavior outside, and it'll go inwards. And that's a problem. Like I wrote a little thing when I was writing to myself just about don't strive, abide. You think, I can just change by changing my outward actions, and get frustrated because my priorities or how I think things should be is not matching up with my reality. But you see Romans 7, the good I want to do, I do not do. That's because I can't just change in flesh. Morality will keep you out of jail, but it won't get you into heaven. It won't keep you out of hell. And it's like, even though I'm saved, it's not by my own efforts that I change. Like it says, it's because Christ lives in me. It's Christ in me that does the good. It's the fruit of the Spirit. How do I bear that fruit of the Spirit? By building an intimacy with the Holy Spirit. Same way when there's intimacy between a husband and a wife, they bring forth a child. You have to spend time with the Holy Spirit, spend time in God's presence, so that the fruit starts to bear. You know, I think there's a time Pastor Adeolu, he came on Sunday, I wasn't there, but there's a time he had a meeting with the boys, the brotherhood, and he spoke about how, it says that back in the day they used to say you can't see God and a man can't see God and live. And that's because he was speaking about when you spend time in God's presence, it kills your flesh. Yeah. And that's something I've come to realize just in Revelation, that there's truth to it. The more you spend time in God's presence, the more He changes you in your spirit, and it starts to change. That's why when Jesus says about out of your innermost being, it says out of your belly, but sometimes it says out of your innermost being will flow rivers of living water. It's because it's time in His presence that you download, and then the rest then it spreads outwards. I can't just not spend time with God. I could be reading the Bible. For me, one thing for me, I came to realize is getting a balance, because I was growing in knowledge, growing in head knowledge, but it's like, it's not just about having that head knowledge, but they're theologians who know about it. There are New Testament scholars that are atheists. They know about these things. They have a head knowledge. They could probably quote scripture as much as anybody else. They know all these things about the even how maybe this manuscript was found in something BC, but they haven't come to that knowledge of Him, the true knowledge of Him. It's an experiential knowledge of spending time with Him. You need to have that experience with Him rather than just that head knowledge, and so that's important. Like it says, our spirit, His Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we're children of God. So Yeah, just important.
What would you say is one of your one of the hardest things in your walk?
I was gonna say I kind of agree with Akin, but
Nah, man.
it kind of went into a servant. So
I went off on one. Sorry, guys.
What's that person that you struggle with? Maybe from like your past life.
No, I think maybe one thing is probably probably what I would have said is condemnation and conviction. Learning the difference between the two. Maybe even still being convicted with certain stuff. When you hear certain stuff or do certain stuff, like you might be convicted about it. Because I think maybe because you know that you should have done better, or you shouldn't have let this thing get to you like that. So I would say that's probably one. I would say probably as well. Trying to so obviously sometimes, you know, if we're putting it into realistic terms, I don't think there's never going to be something that you're always going to be 100% in, like 100%, like your head is always on like in the game, like you can 100% always be in something. I think some days you might have your cold days, some days you might have your hot days, but it's trying to remember that, you know, don't let the cold streak go on for too long, because that's when you realise where I've fallen off, or I've done this, I've done that. So it's about constantly just making you like, so what Akin said about like, even if it's 5 minutes of praying or whatever, let's just make sure you do that 5 minutes at the end of the day. 5 minutes will turn into 10, then you realise 10 will turn into 15, then to 12, like, and it's just about, just don't be letting it slip too far. Just always be present and be wary that, you know, I've gone, or even then it's probably even better to get people that you're accountable to at the end of the day, because you tell them and they'll be like, or they'll even tell you that, you've kind of been slipping, bro, like, you need to kind of pattern up a bit, and that will kind of remind you. Yeah. Or wake up and smell the coffee, bruv. Smell the coffee, bruv. But it's like you've got to keep going at this thing, because, you know, too many cold days and you'll go back to where you was before.
I heard
so you just got to keep doing it.
I think Mike Todd was speaking on the Breakfast Club. He was talking in regards to trust, but he said this statement of how trust is lost in buckets. But gained in drops. I said, oh God. And when you're speaking about it now, and about like the whole like cold and backsliding, you know, getting back into things, I really see that. Let me use myself as an example. I'd say that I came into faith with a lot of hope and vision in it. And then I allowed the world to get to me. That was me losing a lot. Like, you man used to say, you man's changed. You man's changed. They say, you man used to wear shirts and loafers and chinos and boot shoes. You man's changed.
Honestly though, if you ask Chris Montel or me about the first rave that E-Man went to, and what he wore when it was his first touchdown in club, some of them outfits, you know, when Chris and Emmanuel would talk about it, like, if you tell us what he was wearing, maybe second, third year, you can you can see there's a big difference, there's a big difference.
I mean, on my 21st, I was still wearing my loafers to my party, you get me? But, I'm saying that. So, I'd say that I lost myself in bucket loads. Like, or who I came in as lost myself in bucket loads, really went through a long phase. A really different life to what I was destined for. To some degree, I don't know whether I had to go through that. I went through it.
Yeah.
Like, it must have been written in the stars. Like, I don't know, but God had a different plan for me. But it was when I came to the realization that this life that I'm living is not sustainable. I will die in this life. Like, when I came to that realization that, fam, this thing will kill me at the end of the day because it doesn't produce anything good. Like that type of living there. If I kept, the thing is,
no, I don't think it's that bad though.
And that's what I'm. And that's
compared to when you think about it.
That's what I was coming to say. Like as well. Like if you were comparing what I was doing with other people, you'd be like, you know, it was a little fish.
Yeah, but where you've fallen from is a big.
And my thing was like, even when I was younger, I never fell into the. I never really tried to fall into the trap of comparing myself to others, but I was insecure, like growing up. Like I was really introverted. That I was just really observant. I just used to look at other people. Why are you smiling?
That's kind of.
Just told you, insecure. You look at me like that. Like, what the hell, bro? You're making me feel like a 40-year-old boy again.
Chill. Oh gosh.
But in a sense, so where I realized where I'd come to that realization of this life is not sustainable, and the only thing that can sustain me is my faith in God and that relationship that I continually work at. When I came to that realization that if I do not choose the better route, I'm gonna end up so far gone beyond recognition. Like, if I was to imagine if I continued down that route till this point now, like, do you think I'd be able to come and live in this house again? Oh boy, like, I might have a few baby mamas.
That's not, you know what I was about to say, but with you and your new family.
like honestly, if I had continued down that path, like,
I won't go comment to him saying, "How have you seen your son this month?"
But it was like I had to decide, like, do you know what, like, there's so much more that I know I was destined for. Like, and even through them periods of time, like, it wasn't that I wasn't in his presence, I just wasn't in his presence. Like, I was saying that Junior's attendance to church was sporadic. Bro, in his presence, I was sporadically, like, in his presence. And I'd be Sunday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, the journey to get back is tough, guys. It's tough. I don't feel like maybe you guys, I don't know what your journey back to gym and thing was like, but bro,
it takes faith. It takes faith. It's step of faith to begin still.
Do you get?
I think as well, it shows just the importance of, obviously, gathering with fellow believers in church is important, it's good. Going to church, all those things is good, but nothing ever will outweigh that personal relationship with God, spending time in His presence. The psalmist said, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life." That's that time when you spend with God, and you start to, He will reveal the things in you that you need to work on, and He empowers you to actually change. And that's what the word is for as well.
Yeah.
The word revealed, like, you know, the word is alive and active, sharper than the sharpest double-edged sword, divided between the soul and the spirit, and the bone and the marrow, and it shows us our innermost thoughts and desires. And sometimes I can read the word, and through reading the word, it's showing me that, okay, your desire or your mindset pertaining to this thing is wrong, and that's what the word is there for. It's there, like, all scripture is God breathed. It's there for rebuking, correcting, and teaching, and training in righteousness. So, like, yeah, That's it.
But I would also say it's so at the end of the day, everyone's everyone's story is different, man. You like, and that's why we go through different things at the end of the day. Like you've gone through this now. Like, someone probably gonna listen to the pod here and be like, oh, like this is the situation I'm currently in. I might have fallen so far that I don't know where I'm coming from. They might message you, we don't know, but they might take this message and be like, wow, like so if he can do it, I can do it. And it's all about, us coming together and sharing your journeys with people. Like that's one thing that that we should all be big on, like actually speaking to people about our journeys and letting them know, like, yeah, like I went through all of this. I used to be in Christ. I went to the world and now I'm back. Like something drew me back. Like this thing is real. And it's all about us coming together, sharing our experiences. Like bro, if I share my experience of or being forced to be a worker, like I just didn't think church. Like, obviously, I was always Christian, but like church, bro. Like I went to Redeeming it, so it just wasn't for me, innit? It just wasn't for me at the end of the day. Like someone could have done the exact same thing. Someone could have then gone into uni. Not that I was bad in uni, but I didn't go to church really like that, innit? But it was just like now I'm happy to go to church, and it's like I can tell someone that my experiences with that. I can tell people what I've done in my Christian walk that would help them if they're going for the same thing. And that's basically it. That's just about transparency and having fellowship with believers and that. Just telling them and letting them know, like, even non-believers as well, like they think that you have to be perfect at the end of the day to come and before you can take it seriously, but you don't. You just come and join it.
I think it's also not only us and those below and unbelievers, but those older as well. Like you see, like our parents, like even the way that they came to faith. Yeah, like that's a question that we should ask them. Like, why do you believe the way you believe? Why did you bring up your house the way you brought up your house? Like, because even like you saying that you were forced to become a worker, that wasn't out of church. Like that's probably more out of culture. Like your family, we go to church, we're going to church, and this is what you're gonna do at church. Do you get? Like there's nothing biblical about that. Like, yeah, the Bible says raise your house in the it said house, not church. Like big man, like get like where are your facts? And it's about, I think, making our parents understand, like I don't even know if it's about making our parents understand, but realizing that there's a certain way that each individual is wired and will accept certain informations. Growing up, my dad was heavy on anytime we'd come together in the house to do family like devotion or quiet time or whatever, at the end, like more time he would say, do you know what, yeah, like I'm only doing this for your own good. If I now go to heaven and I buck Jesus, best believe I'm gonna say, I was on earth, I touched your children, I am vindicated. Like, I done my job.
Hey. I thought I warned them.
I done, and he was heavy on, I've given you what I've been told to give you.
Yeah.
And it's not only that, it's only now that I'm deep in, cool, you've given it onto us, yeah, in this way. But imagine if I wasn't receptive of the way you were giving it to me. Imagine if I was a disobedient child or a little wayward, and there was a way to get to me, but you just couldn't, and you were just forcing this.
Just like, you don't learn it this way, then that's on you. Yeah.
Do you understand? And I feel like it's within us now that we've gone through this journey, is not to make the mistakes that have been made to us as well. It's not saying that my child must come to my church. I pray that my whole household will go to the same church. But when my child is of an understandable age, they have to be able to understand that this Christian walk is individual, as collective as it is.
Yeah.
You need to find your own footing in this thing, or you will struggle. Because imagine now, if Junior continued that experience, he didn't go uni, he was just getting continually forced to go church. Man would have just turned around and said, you know what? Fuck all of you people. Fuck it up.
Maybe I won't say that, but yeah. Be worried, the camera's dying.
Huh?
Camera's gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah, this was be very.
I'm done.
Oh no! No, I didn't say the episode.
How long have you been talking for?
Yeah, it's been a bit still. Yeah. But yeah, just before the camera dies, I'm sorry guys, it's got freaking out. But yeah, Bishop. Yeah. I think as a final thing, I just want to say like, as much as I might, actually no, I didn't think I came across negative or anything, but I've actually loved this journey. It was one of the best decisions I've made. As I said, I know it's gonna take a long time, and I'm very proud that all of us have actually taken the step to start this journey, or that we have actually started the journey, and every day trying to get better and become like kingdom men. As much as we you might see us outside doing mess up sometimes. It happens, did it? But you man's face.